the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses have become one of the hottest gadgets around, but they're also pretty expensive. So here is the question. Do you really need to spend over $300 to enjoy the smart glasses experience? Maybe not. I've been testing two much more affordable alternatives that can record POV videos, take photos, play music, answer calls, and even use AI assistants, all offered by Pager. But are they actually any good? And can they deliver a similar experience for everyday use? Let's find out. Now, I don't personally own the Meta Ray-Ban, so this isn't going to be a direct comparison. Instead, I'm reviewing these two smart glasses based on my own experience after using them over the past few weeks. And if you do own a pair of Meta Ray-Bans, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. How do they compare real-world use? I think they would be really valuable for everyone watching, including me. At first glance, these two pairs look almost identical. Both combines several devices into one. They are smart glasses with an 8-megapixel camera. They have Bluetooth headphone inside. They are AI voice assistant and they are open-ear speakers. So instead of carrying multiple gadgets, you simply wear them and capture moments hands-free. So let's start talking about comfort, because honestly that's probably the first things you will notice. Both pairs weigh only about 41 grams, so they are surprisingly lightweight. The main difference, as you can see, are the size of the glass itself, big model or small model. I had no problem wearing either of them for extended periods while walking around or filming. There comes in three versions, the clear one, the one with photochromic lenses, and the one with the sunglasses, which you can choose whichever you prefer of the three. They are IP65 water resistant, so a little rain or sweat actually isn't a problem. But personally, though, I have a favorite. So in terms of shape and size, I prefer this one, that is the newer model. And even if I have choose the clear one, I actually like with the polarized lenses. And more importantly, they seem to fit my face slightly better. But what I have found with the bigger model is that they actually sit straighter on my face. So the video and the photos also come out more level. So I have to spend less time correcting the horizon afterwards. But obviously, everyone's face is different, but for me, that was definitely a plus. So for camera quality, these are camera glasses, so image quality is probably what most people are caring about. Both models, we said, use an 8-megapixel camera, and they can shoot high-resolution photos up to 6560 by 4928 pixels and records hands-free POV video. Overall, I found the image quality to be very similar between the two. But one nice addition on this one is that you can switch between 4:3 and 3:4 for the photo aspect ratio, giving you a little bit more flexibility depending on what you're shooting. Of course, with such a small camera, don't expect any DSLR or mirrorless camera quality. But for capturing everyday moments, travel, cycling, hiking, or behind-the-scene footage, I think they are performing surprisingly well. So these are also, as we say, Bluetooth glasses. So I spend quite a bit of time listening to music and taking phone calls. Both models use a 5.4 Bluetooth dual microphone with noise reduction and open ear speakers. That means that you can still hear traffic or people around you while listening to music, which makes them much safer than the traditional earbuds in certain situations. And audio quality also is very similar on both. Well, they're not designed to replace the high-end headphones, but for podcasts, navigation, casual music listening, and for calls, I think it was more than enough. AI features, because this is where things start getting interesting. Both glasses include their own AI voice assistant. On the first model, the one with the glass bigger size, the AI assistant is called A-Chime, while the newer one is using Hello Echo. That means the two of them, even if they're really similar, they're using two different apps. And using voice commands, you can take photos, start recording videos, record audio, ask AI questions and receive recommendations, or even use real-time translations. Interesting, this model, the one that is using A-Chan, is actually supporting 139 languages, while the other one only 80. However, the newer model, this one, adds one feature that I think is genuinely useful. It can automatically transcribe voice recorder into text and generate summaries and even create meeting or lecture notes. So if you are a student or someone who attends lots of meetings, that could actually become one of its biggest advantages. Battery life is pretty similar. Both of them are promising around 7 hours of music playback or 4 hours of phone calls, and that's, kind of match my experience here fairly well. The biggest difference instead is the charging. The model with the biggest glass size is using a magnetic charge here. So this is proprietary and you need always to bring the cable with you. The model with the smaller glass instead is using a USB-C. So personally, I prefer the USB-C because, that's already the cable that I carry for almost all of my devices. So which one would I buy? Well, after spending time with both, which one would I actually recommend? Honestly, I think both are good products. If your main goal is capturing POV footage, listening to music, making call and using AI features without spending the Meta Ray-Ban money, I don't think you'll be disappointed with either one. But if I had to choose, I would probably go with this model, the one with the small glass, and I will use the polarized lenses. The main reason are two. Well, first of all, I feel they fit better, the size of my face, and second, they have the USB-C charging that I found it extremely useful. And here comes the best part of this video. In fact, if you are living in Japan and you're thinking about buying one of these two glasses, I have some good news for you. Peije has provided a special discount code exclusively for my viewers. The discount code is here on the screen, and if you're going to purchase these glasses on amazon.co.jp, please make sure to use it before placing your order. Also, they are so nice that if you have any other question on the glasses, compatibility, after-sale supports, you can also contact them directly using the email address that I'm showing here. They have been very responsive throughout my communication with them, so I highly recommend to look at these two smart glasses as your new gadget. I hope this comparison helped you decide which pair is right for you. If you already use either of these glasses, or if you own the Meta Ray-Bans, I'd really love to hear your experience down in the comments. Your feedback will help everyone who's trying to decide which smart glasses to buy. I will start using this as my new kit for POV videos because it's extremely easy to do some of the camera review as well as a shooting part without being worried on I have one hand with the camera, one hand with the Osmo to record. With this one, everything is easily done. Well, that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching, and again, if you have any question, please leave that in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer to your question, and as usual, till next time, stay click. Bye!